Hi, I'm Christine.
And I'm Casey.
Welcome to Okay, but listen. Clap, clap,
Welcome,
clap, 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 clap,
welcome.
clap, 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 clap. How are you, Case?
I'm doing great.
Yeah. How's your
Um,
week been?
this past week I got to spend some time with my nieces. My sister and brother-in-law went to a wedding, and so I got to spend the night with my nieces and take my little one to soccer the next morning. And I shouldn't say little one, the older one to soccer, and I
They're both
held the
little.
little I held the smaller one, the baby. So yeah, I got to hold the baby while I was watching my older niece play
How
soccer
how
practice.
cute is
So
that?
that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Is the little one walking?
She is standing. She's going to be a year in November. She's
Cute.
standing and not quite taking steps just
I
yet,
love that. That's
but
so
they're
cute.
both so good.
Yeah. Let me put you on the spot here. What's something that you've learned? I know you're in the medical field, so you probably know a lot, but what's something that you've learned about children or parenthood from watching your sister that you probably otherwise didn't know?
I just think overall in general, my sister is such an amazing mom. Like
Oh.
the way she's like genuinely the effort that she put in to raise them, like
Mhm.
correctly and to like make sure that
Intentionally.
they are make sure they're growing up to emotionally regulate themselves and just
Mhm.
grow into like really amazing human beings. Like I look at her and just in amazement, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
even know if it's
of
something specific I
course.
could put my finger on, but just in general, like watching her, I always thought like about how much of a responsibility it is, but like watching someone go through the daily like struggles of it and the conscious choices she has to make with like her patience, and
Every day, all day.
it's just like, wow,
Yeah,
it's a human that's you're bringing up from the beginning of its life, and every single choice that you decide to do day in and day out like affects them, and for the good or for the bad. And I think in some ways we always end up messing up our kids, or we don't do
sure.
it perfectly, obviously, but like, she's got it down pretty good.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
love that.
That's so sweet.
They're the best. She's the
I
best.
I love I think the more I used to not be like this, but the older I get, the more I like being around kids.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I
think
think
it's
it's
awesome.
also when you have a personal relationship to them, it
For
also makes it
sure.
a lot easier, and you're like,
I know.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't have
When they're
many
your babies,
I
when they're
know.
your,
I
you
don't have
know.
any like babies in my life. I've always wanted more babies. I have a really small family and
I do too, though.
just
Like,
some
I never,
babies.
these are my first experience with like
Yeah.
babies.
Yeah.
But I get that. I get that. Like, you just, it does change. Like, your perspective changes once you actually are or in some sense responsible for them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, yeah, there is a change of like
For sure.
the feelings that you have towards them. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's amazing, and I think that what you're saying with your sister is so beautiful because you see people change, right? As you know
Mm-hmm.
them. Like I have like some really close coworkers who are friends who have had children, and like seeing them like grow into like great dads and moms and stuff is just like it's so cool and so rewarding. And it makes you feel like okay, like the society is gonna be okay. If we have these people
Yeah.
as parents who are raising little children to be good functioning adults, then like we're gonna be okay.
Are there any in your future?
Me, children.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
Not too many.
Not too much.
But yes, definitely. I think without jinxing anything or going into much detail, it is something that is in our, you know, near-ish future.
Plans.
And getting into the planning stages is something that we are looking forward to. But, you know,
Exciting.
I think Sam and I both need to educate ourselves a lot about the process and
Yeah.
also like really take a hard look at all of our options before we decide to
Mm-hmm.
move forward with one of them. But I'm really excited.
Yeah. That
I
can be a lot.
I always say I want to be the coach of the little league teams. I must. It's all I need in
I
this
love
world.
that.
I want
I
it
think
so
about
bad.
I think about that a lot in like my future person. I'm like, I want my person to want to be the coach, the dad, the soccer dad, the
Yeah.
basketball dad.
Right. Absolutely. And you
But
too.
I all do too.
Right.
I also do too.
I'm
But
like, you're not gonna be just slicing oranges at
yeah.
halftime. You're gonna be on the sidelines too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome. That was a really
That's a great segue though
wholesome,
into
wholesome
our
thing.
topic today, talking about being on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
Diving right into sports.
Diving right
We
into
promised.
sports. Yeah. We are both former athletes, college athletes. We're both athletes who performed and played at a high level in our own respects.
Yes.
And sports is something that I probably pay attention to a little bit more than you, but I
Facts.
think in this day and age, sports and social justice and
A lot of
political
cultural issues
movements and just sports and culture,
intertwine.
yes, are super intertwined, which is why if you're not watching this, you can't see, but I'm wearing my Angel Reese Bayou Barbie t-shirt.
Hey,
Shout out to my friend Danielle
it's
for
really
getting this to
cute.
me. Um, yeah. So I thought it was only right to
I
rep my
want one.
sis during this. I have a plethora of women's sports shirts, so maybe I'll just start wearing them every
Yeah, put them
episode.
in the rotation.
In the rotation. So there's a lot going on within sports right now, and I think it would be really interesting to just run down the line. I have a list here of some headlines, and I want to get your thoughts on some of them. As someone who I intake a lot of it, and you may not, I'm really interested about some of your thoughts and opinions on this stuff.
I feel like I hear like most of the general word in town about what's going on in the sports world. But yeah, like the headlines, I'm more like I'll watch games and at times I'll get really into certain things,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I keep them more with headlines. And I actually really hate that about myself is whenever I meet someone, they're like, all right, did you play basketball? Blah, blah. I'm like, all right,
Right.
basketball.
Right.
And then they're like, well, who's your favorite team? Well, who's your favorite player? And I
Yeah.
don't really have a response, and I kind of hate that about myself, but it's just like, it's just me. Like, I can't just,
Yeah.
maybe one day I'll get more into it, but right now, I don't know. I'm
You
just
know what my
more focused
response is?
on things.
I have a few favorite teams, but my response is I just like competition. Like I just like the competition of sport more than like a ride
Yeah.
or die for like specific
Yes.
teams. Yes, I have favorite players and stuff. Shout out Asia Wilson. But I just like competition. Like I can sit here, I can watch a tennis match on TV or
Mm-hmm.
in person. I can watch
I agree.
what else? Basketball, I can watch football, I can watch baseball, like I
Baseball,
can just
yeah.
watch a sport and just really appreciate the sport.
Appreciate it for the
Yeah,
game.
for sure, for sure. And I also get verbally accosted to ask what sport I play constantly, weekly,
Constantly.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah,
like
it is weekly.
I wish I was one of those people who could lie and like say something like really like
Just to be
yeah,
spontaneous, push it
yeah,
off, see
like
what I
no, I'm
feel
a
like.
chess
Yeah.
champion or something.
Yeah.
Like, but
We should
I can never
start
think
doing
of it.
that. That's mad funny, actually.
I can never think of it in the moment, and people also just always catch me off guard. It's always like
Mhm.
a random old lady or a random old
Yes.
man, and
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, I played. I'm
Mhm.
retired, but yeah,
Yeah.
and then I keep going.
I always get basketball, volleyball, and then like when I'm at work, when I'm like, "Hi, I'm Casey," I'm a beer nurse. They're like, it's either Casey at the bat or it's Casey in the Sunshine Band.
Casey and the Sunshine Band is good. Come on, that's good.
It's really
It's so
I
annoying,
know.
so annoying. I get you ball, you play ball. And I'm like, yeah, I used to. Or I get, all right, come on, who'd you play for? Tell
Yeah.
me, who'd you play for?
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. Or they'll go, you play basketball, right? And I go, oh yeah, used to. And they go, oh, I knew it. I could spot a basketball player anywhere. I knew it. And I'm like,
I
yeah,
think
man, I am 6 foot, so
I think that I get volleyball more than I get basketball though.
it's because you're white. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Am I wrong? Did I tell
Fair
a lie?
enough. Fair enough. No lies were told.
No lies were told, because I don't really get volleyball very much. All right, headlines.
Yes.
Let's start. Easy. I think this one will be quick. Let's start with the Kansas City Chiefs in general. First thing is they lost last night to the Jacksonville Jaguars. First time losing to the Jaguars since 2009.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just heard that today. Which is very interesting because it was a close game, and traditionally in the past couple of years, obviously this Chiefs thing has been like a bit of a dynasty, and a lot of people hate the Chiefs because they think that they're working the refs, or that people are always on their side, or that they call it this Chiefs magic thing. So there's that. So people are thinking that the dynasty is falling, and also and also there is the Travis Kelce Taylor Swift hype. How do you feel? You over it?
I don't think I was on it.
Me
I don't
either.
think I was ever on it.
Never.
To be honest, I've never been a very... I don't want to say I've never been a very big Taylor Swift fan. I've never been a Taylor Swift fan. Like, I probably haven't listened to anything other than what maybe came on the radio.
Right. You haven't listened to the Life of a Showgirl?
Because of this episode, I did start the album.
Oh,
I did start the album.
Okay.
And very much skimmed through like a few of the songs. I don't think I've listened to any of them all the way through.
Yeah. Same.
But I'm definitely over it. Been over it. I think the whole Taylor Swift thing. When we talk about artists, I think artists most times create their art based on like who they are. They speak about their life. So to me, Taylor Swift makes music for white girls. That to me in my eyes.
Traditional American white women.
Right.
Yep. And girls.
But I think with, like I said, I didn't listen to the whole album, but what I'm seeing online as well, like I'm just getting the feelings that like she's no longer a girl anymore. She's a woman. And
who's in her 30s.
Right. And like a lot of good artists graduate from whatever, and they shape and they form and they recreate themselves and they reemerge into it's what good artists do. I feel like they change with the times, and it's like, is she gonna graduate from being a little white girl making music? And I just don't think there's anything there for her. Like, I think that's her whole MO.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like people think this is a flop.
Right.
Because it's just like,
I think you bring up a really good point, because like if you look out to the Eras tour, if you look out into who her base is, they are young white girls or young girls, whatever. Let's just say young girls. And
I don't want to say she's never made a good song. Like, I think
that, of course not. No.
People like, I think she's,
very talented, extremely talented.
Yeah.
In her own right.
Okay.
Just because she's on our cup of tea doesn't mean that she's not. Other people don't think she's talented. She doesn't have talent, right? She has talent. I think it's very interesting, and I think the world in which she used to exist is different than what the Life of a Showgirl is. Because, like, some of these lyrics, i.e., what's the song called? Knock on Wood?
Wood or something?
Knock on Wood?
Or like...
The 12-year-olds can't sing that at the concert.
Right.
So we're, like, graduating into something else, this, like, grown womanhood, which is good because she's a grown woman, but I think it'll be really hard for her base, her following, to like go with her, because they're still really young. They're still making bracelets at concerts. But a lot of artists who start young have sometime in the middle, where they go from being the young teenager who doesn't curse in songs and blah 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 to like grown woman, this is what I'm doing in the bedroom type. It's just interesting that this is coming. Taylor Swift is doing this on her 12th studio album.
A very interesting point that I saw.
Yeah.
What I'd like to get your opinion on was a woman online was making a comparison between when you're talking about young white women artists, I guess, when you're talking about them maturing into a sexual being, whatever.
Yeah.
She was making the comparison of how Black women are very sexualized and very like perceived as promiscuous, or like have that rep going. And she was making a point of, in that transition period, you'll see them, Miley Cyrus Bangers album, where she's tapping into a lot of like Black culture and a lot of things that are not white girl-esque, like are not a part of her culture. And almost the white artists come of age and are when they're trying to change their persona, they're not actually coming from a genuine place of like what they are, what they want to do.
Experiencing,
They're
sure.
what their experiences.
They're tapping into other cultures
Culture,
as a
they're
way
being culture
to
vultures
yeah.
as a way to catapult themselves into like the next level.
Right. Sure,
I don't know
sure.
if
I
that
can
if that makes
understand that.
sense.
And I think Miley Cyrus is a very good example. And um that's why people, when Bangers came out, everyone was like, "Oh, what?"
Yeah.
But like, and that's how I feel when I hear Taylor Swift say, "I'm not a bad bitch and this isn't savage." I'm like, "Ugh, what's
I
that
think that
about?"
was I didn't hear that line, but
Oh, you didn't?
actually I heard that line. No, I
Yeah.
did. Not from her. Like I didn't hear it in the but I heard someone talk about it, and I think that was not the video that I was watching, but I think maybe that
Yes.
was what she was referring
Because
to.
they're saying that song is about Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend,
Yes.
which is like whatever. Suddenly Taylor Swift has records against other women, I guess. But
And Charlie XCX, right?
yeah,
I don't know what that was about.
I digress. But yes, I think to pull this back to sports, because I can talk about music all day. Um, I'm over the hype. I've been over it.
Over
I've
the
never
hype.
really understood it. Let these people live if they want. This is how they want to live. It doesn't have anything to do with the sport of football. Yes, there's more. Yes, she's made the NFL $1 billion, I think. But like, I don't know. Let these people live, I guess. And
Yeah, I never really understood it from the beginning.
same. Let's just keep being critical of the music, because that's what music is for. We can be critical of it without being mean.
Yeah. Oh,
You
definitely.
know,
100%.
that's what music is for. It's subjective.
It's
Uh,
art.
it's art. Okay, great. So next, speaking about football, Tom Brady is allegedly playing in a flag football league in Saudi Arabia in March. So
I heard about this. Actually, no, I didn't hear about this. I've heard about concerts that they're having and
comedy festival.
isn't there a festival, like an actual whole ass music
Oh,
festival?
probably. So this is a part of a larger campaign, I believe, that Saudi Arabia is doing by hosting all these events with all these like quote unquote like Western celebrities and athletes, paying them.
Soundstorm.
Oh,
MDLB Soundstorm
oh, okay.
in December
So like they're hosting all these events, paying
to hide.
these people ridiculous sums of money
Mhm.
in order, I think, to hide or cover the fact that they're responsible for some of the worst human rights violations in the world right now. So
Yeah.
they're playing cleanup, and I guess the conversation around has been for the Tom Brady's, or it's Kevin Hart, or it's Dave Chappelle, or it's these comedians,
Yeah.
or I assume music artists. Does this dilute their brand? Does this?
I've heard a lot of, or not a lot. I've saw somebody who they were like America's Any Better? Like that was their like obviously like in
No,
a
I
certain
mean,
way.
honestly, they ate that.
It's like
Yeah.
just making a point. I did see that and I was like I guess I can see that, but like that
Right.
doesn't mean that you should be a
Women
part of it in any
can
way
still
or
drive
trying
and
to
go.
be a part of it.
Women can still
Yeah.
drive and go to school here.
Right.
I'm not saying we're perfect, but
No, but yeah, I got the point. The point was made like that, we're not like who are we to really talk, but
right,
it's like,
of course.
well, I don't know. I don't really think you should I don't think you should partake in anything that has something such as this behind it or that's being,
Correct.
hidden behind
Yeah, it's like this thing of like, where's your
morals.
line? Like, what is the
But
line? Like,
mhm.
and I've been listening to Shane Gillis talking about it, who's another comedian. You know him?
I love Shane Gillis.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
It's like
cute.
it's a guilty
I don't think that's guilty. I've seen him a couple times, and like I actually stop and actually watch some of his videos. So
I think
like,
he's really funny.
yeah, he's really funny, and like he's been like having a field day of like, because he turned it down or whatever,
Good. I
and
didn't know that.
yeah, because he's like, I have a line, like I have a moral line that I don't
Mhm.
feel comfortable crossing, and like, and that's what I think about. Like, there people do this because, they're saying that Tom Brady's getting $75 million, which I don't think that's necessarily true. Maybe it's 76. I don't know, but and I'm sure these comedians or these music artists are getting an absurd amount of money. But I'm like, does Kevin Hart need it? Does Tom Brady need the money?
No.
Does Pete Davidson need the money? I don't know. It's just like I don't
It's
know.
another world.
It is. It
It's
is.
another world for the ultra rich. They live in a different set of rules.
I know, but it's just like if you're like a starting comedian and you're trying to get money, I guess it's still not great, but I guess I could see the justification. But like these people who already have more money
Like, if
than
this is gonna be the line of like getting you rich,
yeah, yeah.
then yeah, I'm going.
Not yeah, I'm going. But like if you told me that was why, I would be like, it's messed up, but like do what you got to do to feed your family.
Yeah.
But for people who have more money than like the GDP of small countries,
Come on.
right. So anyway, my opinion is yeah, it dilutes your brand because I know
I think so.
you have a talent, but I think that some people should have a moral a moral line somewhere.
I also just feel like people don't care though.
Yeah,
People like you and me might care, might dilute their brand for us.
yeah,
But I
they don't
think
care about
that the
us.
general public doesn't really care about it, at least in these times.
Right,
You know,
right, yeah.
it's on to the next thing.
This next one can be brief.
Nothing's ever brief.
Seriously, because this is gonna be like real quick. The UFC match on the White House lawn on July 4th. That they're allegedly
Ugh.
doing like $1 million renovation to
Where?
have.
Whoa! Is the president's paying for it
No, we are.
out of his pocket? Out of his own money?
No, we are.
Are we sure? Because I think that he'll probably say that he's paying for it though. When
I'm
it comes
sure he'll
around.
say that.
Right?
But that's
Yeah.
coming out of my check and your check, especially my check.
Ridiculous. But how much money that? How much?
$1 million, I think. More than most people in this country will see in a lifetime.
It's so ridiculous.
It's like so bad.
I'm sorry.
It's so
Sorry, what are we?
gaudy.
I
It's
just don't know
so
what we're doing anymore.
cheap. It's so ugh. But anyway,
I'm in seeing that visual of the ring on the lawn. I'm just like,
no, it's insane.
what is life?
It's insane. It's insane. UFC? Really?
I'm not surprised about that.
Oh my god. I don't
What's his
know.
name? Dana White?
Yeah. That's his man.
Biggest Trump fan.
Yeah, that's his man. That's his man, $100,000.
Wait, I'm not.
But like, they couldn't host something else?
They couldn't just solve our problems?
What? They couldn't just keep the Rose Garden? Because the Rose Garden is no more.
Oh my god.
Do you know, little fact, I was on the Rose Garden July 4th, 2024. Joe Biden's last hoorah. I was there on the White House lawn celebrating July 4th, waving to Joe, waving to Kamala, waving to Jill, waving to Doug. Yeah. So that will be no more, which is insane.
I hope the next president like digs it up and just like remakes it.
Same with our taxpayer dollars. Still it is. It's just like every president like puts something in, renovates something, right? Harry Truman, there's a bowling alley in the bottom of the Eisenhower building. Seen it. Cool. Did you know that the White House press briefing room used to be a pool?
Oh.
It used to be a pool. I forgot which president made it a pool, but now that is the press briefing room. Also, it is so much smaller than you think it is. It is tiny in there.
I feel like it looks small, so that's crazy.
It's very small. It's very, very small.
What about the ballroom?
What about the ballroom?
That we're gonna get. Right. That we're gonna get from Trump's contribution.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For all the wealthy donors.
They can't just go to one of his houses, courses,
one of his golf courses,
casinos.
Right. No.
Why does it have to be the White House?
I mean, when they're giving billions of dollars, billions of dollars, they need a place to be.
Yeah, but there's so many other places to be.
To cheers their gold chalices.
Literally. They're nasty 24
While
karat
he
gold
sits on
plated.
the throne.
Right. Mind you, they're only gold plated. They're not real. They're not solid gold. Plated.
I hope they are for the sake of my tax dollars.
Right. Oh, okay. So that's that. Next. My favorite topic, the WNBA. Few things going on in the WNBA. As of today, we are in the WNBA Finals. This is the Las Vegas Aces versus the Phoenix Mercury. Aces are up 2-0. Game 3 is best of 7. Game 3 is tomorrow night.
Who you got?
Aces. Come on, you kidding me?
No, I'm
We're
not.
Asia Wilson down in this house. But I don't know.
Me too.
They're gonna be in Phoenix, so you never know. The first 2 games were in Las Vegas.
Okay.
First game was one of the best games of basketball played all season. The other night was a bit of a larger win, point differential, but we'll see what happens when they're back in Phoenix, because Phoenix is a team that you can't count out.
Can't count out.
But
I feel like that's true through all sports, though. I feel like
yes,
anybody can win any given, like, really,
any
especially
day.
when we talk about people on these like high level athletics. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean? Like,
absolutely. That's what I love about it. Again, I
yeah.
love the competition. So next is talking about the WNBA. There is drama in the house.
Yes.
So the commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy Engelbert. Let's just call her Kathy. Kathy was called out
Yes.
in a statement by Nafisa Collier, who is, in my opinion, the second best player in this league, the second best player on this planet.
Okay.
Sometimes first, depending on the day.
Okay.
Top 2 best players in this world. She made a lengthy statement after the Lynx loss and her actually getting hurt that game about...
Right, she was mad about the refs.
Yes, the officiating, how the bad officiating decreases the product of the game. And then she went on to talk about some comments that she heard directly from the commissioner of the WNBA, Kathy, about some of the new faces in W and how people like Caitlin Clark should be thankful for the W, for being the cause of her making as much money as she makes. And this comes at a very interesting time because this dispute is reflecting tensions within the league as they negotiate aspects of safety and representation and
Right, they have their
contracts.
contracts, right?
Yes, they are doing a CBA negotiation that is not going well. So there is a lot of tension within the league, and we've heard this from many players since Nafisa has come out. Other players have been saying this previously. A lot of them are really
happy that she said something.
Yes, and a lot are very happy because she is one of the presidents of the Players Association, so she is a leader within the league. What are your thoughts about Kathy specifically? Whose interest should she have in mind? Is it the players? Is it the W? Is it the fact that the WNBA is technically under the NBA, so Adam Silver is her boss as well? Who do you think her interest should lie with? And what do you think about the drama?
I think that, if she signs up to do the job, then she should be the main, like, spokesperson speaking, for her players. So I think that she does have a big responsibility in speaking on their behalf, or, having the league play out in terms of where they can, be safer, whether it's with the refs and no calls.
Mm-hmm. Bad calls, one-sided
bad
calls.
And one-sided calls. Yeah, so I'm curious, what was it ever said, like, where those conversations were that she had with her?
I want to say she said it was like All-Star Weekend, or...
And it was just like a one-on-one thing?
Yeah, like they were sitting next to each other.
Mm.
And she said
Yeah,
this.
I think she has a big responsibility to...
mind you, sorry. The latest updates is that Kathy denied saying these things.
Yes.
And had a scheduled meeting with Nafisa, and Nafisa said no.
Saying, did they do it? But then I saw that they were supposed to meet next week or something, or like...
Interesting.
That she said she would, and Nafisa said she would meet again or something.
Oh.
I don't know. But, I mean, I think that these women generate so much money, and, like, just like how she says that about Caitlin Clark making money outside of it, making whatever millions of dollars, like, that's just a testament to how embedded they are into the culture, American whatever, worldwide culture, how much people put on them and how much they watch them and how much they love them and like
the brands that they've built themselves.
the brands that they've built themselves, they should be getting their true rightful slice of the pie.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's ridiculous. I've always thought that that's very ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Like the wages that they get, it's like there are other leagues that pay more.
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's what
Women's soccer, for example.
Like just professional
women's basketball
teams
around the world. They're going overseas and getting paid $1 million a year.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. It doesn't,
because they're getting large,
but they shouldn't have to.
Correct. They should not
at all.
And did you know, little fact, but women's basketball players who play in the WNBA who also play in the EuroLeague, sometimes the end of the EuroLeague is often the beginning of training camp in the WNBA. Sometimes they overlap. The two leagues do not talk to each other. The W will not has no real relationship.
Recognize them,
right? So if you don't go to training camp, you can't play. Like, you can't be in the W. So which is very messed up because these women are just going overseas to make money, and if they miss a week or so, that affects their chances of being on the 12-person roster.
Right.
Which is crazy. I don't know why the W does this. I think it's really unfair and selfish. But yeah, and that's why I think
it's long overdue that they needed to sit down and reevaluate just the whole setup of everything, because
but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I think that it's just well overdue. It's well about time that we've had this conversation and sit down and try to fix and make more equal just all around, whether it's refs, payment, contract, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's so frustrating.
You can't just slip under the, you know what I mean? You can't just be a non-issue anymore.
And you can't expect the product of the game to be high or the quality of the game to be high, and you can't expect the players to want to play in this league if you don't respect them enough to pay them. This is a woman's story if I've ever heard one, right? There are so many pay discrepancies between men and women forever, and I think that what's really important to understand, and what a lot of people don't get, people who don't understand the W or women's sports or how math works, but have an opinion, are what do you mean? You expect him to get paid as much as Steph Curry? Of course not. No one is saying that. That has never been the conversation whatsoever. The conversation is about revenue share. And the fact that the the people who play in the NBA get a percentage of the revenue share.
What do you think about them just being separate?
Love that. Fine.
That'd be a better option.
Yeah.
I think.
But and it's interesting because the W gets a revenue share, but it's a very, very small percentage. Where we have seen this work is the National Women's Soccer League. They have negotiated enough to get a higher revenue share that is separate of men's soccer, right? And they are finally, after much work and hard work and perseverance, are starting to get paid what they feel like they deserve. So it's not like this has never happened, right?
Yeah.
And
it can't be done.
Can we say that maybe, does it have anything to do with the fact that 70% of the WNBA are Black women? I don't know. You said it, not me. So there are a lot of discrepancies that exist. I think I could talk about the W a lot in terms of who gets spotlighted and who doesn't, who gets villainized and who doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Who should have way more recognition and whatever, but isn't, because they understand their platform and they care about the Black women around them and who have came before them and who support them, i.e. Paige Beckers, my sis, who doesn't get the respect that she deserves in this league and outside of this league, because she is socially aware and competent and emotionally mature enough to understand her surroundings, while other people can sit there and be silent and let their fans be racist and crazy and not say a damn thing about it. Anyway, I say all that to say, pay these women what they deserve.
Period. Bottom line.
And watch the W, and watch and support these women in their other endeavors, and watch Unrivaled, which I'm very, very excited about. You heard they're stopping in Philly.
Is this the rugby team?
No, Unrivaled is a 3-on-3 basketball that started last year. You don't know?
Right, at least in recent years. At least it's very recent.
Very recent. Oh, this is a big deal.
Just started last year.
Okay. So Nafisa Collier, actually, and Brianna Stewart, who played at UConn, now plays in New York Liberty, was at the Storm. They created a new league called Unrivaled. It's 3-on-3 basketball. The court, it's full court, but the court is shorter than a regulation size court. Okay. They have some other different rules in terms of like, if you get fouled, you take one shot. That will be the equivalent of whatever shot you made. So like, if you get fouled shooting a 3, you shoot one foul shot, and if you make it, that's 3 points. If you get fouled on the layup, you shoot, it's 2 points, right? Those like little rules. And they have what's called an elam ending, which is at the end of the second quarter, whatever the score is, say the score is 50-60. They add 11 points to the highest score, and that is the target score. So like, it doesn't go for time at that point. So like, if the score is 50-60 at the end of the third quarter, the target score is 71. First team to 71 wins. Because what's fun about that is you always end the game on a game winner. So it's like 10 times more exciting because you're trying to get to thing.
I like it.
It's very cool. It's so fun to watch. It's so fast. It's like the 3-on-3 basketball, I think, is the future of basketball. They obviously do it in Europe a lot with FIBA and stuff, but it is so cool. But the biggest and coolest part about this, it's mostly WNBA players. I think there's maybe a few people from overseas, whatever. They all get a revenue share in the league by being in it. So the lowest salary of anyone in the Unrivaled is like $250K. And this is like 2 months of basketball. So like, all of them in this are automatically getting paid way more than they're getting paid in the W for like a different style of basketball, a more fun style of basketball, and they have ownership in the league. It's very cool. So it is from like January to maybe March. But anyway, it was all in Miami last year. So they had one gym in Miami, and there was like probably 800 people fit in the crowd. So it wasn't that big. But it got crazy in there. The vibes were super high. Everyone was having a great time, and they did Unrivaled.
What's the talks this year about it? So
they're doing it again this year. We don't know where it's going to be, but it seems like they might do a few different cities. So what they just announced the other day was that one of the stops is going to be in Philadelphia, which is lit. I think that this could be in part because, as you know, the W is expanding and they're looking for different cities to put WNBA teams into. I know Philly's been in the talks for a long time. Baltimore's been in the talks for a long time. Nashville's been in the talks for a long time. Obviously, we're getting Toronto and Portland coming up next season, I believe. But I think that Unrivaled is going to go to the markets that they know there's like high volumes of women basketball fan, which is fire.
That makes sense.
So anyway, we should go. This is what I'm saying to you.
Oh, I would love to.
It'd be so fun.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm done. I'm off my WNBA soapbox. Sorry. That went kind of long.
Listen, that's what we're here for. I love it.
I have one more headline or topic to talk about, and then we can get out of here. I want to talk about the overall response, and I was kind of talking about this a little bit, but I want to get your opinion on the overall responsibility of athletes to use their platform. Whether is their responsibility at all? This this shut up and dribble ideology, like what is right? Bringing politics into sports, and the things that people say. Like, what do you think the relationship is, or the responsibility is when you have a platform at the level of major athletes?
I think they have responsibility. I mean, like, I think as an athlete, it's drilled into you that you have to be responsible and be, you know,
Set an example.
set an example. So you'd think that it would go hand in hand, and you would think that they would just continue it on to the next level and be even more. And I think that, like, I get it. When you get to a certain level, I feel like it has become very performative. And it's like, I get that aspect of it, like that it's entertainment and they're there for a job to do a job. You're not a college athlete that, has to set an example in that sense or that pressure that I was referring to, I guess,
Mhm.
that I feel like I relate to. I think that morally they should, and because we hold ourselves to a higher moral standard, I guess, that they should as well, just as an informed adult and
Mhm. Yeah.
in this world, just setting a good example. But I just thought that was interesting. We're here to just play the game and be entertainment, and that's what I'm being paid for, and that's
Mm.
all that I'm doing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think you bring up a really good point that I haven't really, like, thought about, is the fact that, like, as athletes, we are kind of conditioned or trained in a way to, like, set an example. Your
Mhm.
friends might all be doing this, but you need
Mhm.
to stay on this path. Or, like,
Yeah.
no matter what's going down at the party, when the police
Mhm.
show up, you need to leave.
Yeah.
This, like, leading by example thing, which I think is really interesting. I haven't really thought about it that way. So, my opinion is more of, like, that's how we're conditioned. Athletes have a natural confidence, if you wanna call it, or belief in themselves that, like, maybe other people don't possess among other skills. And with that, I think it's really hard as a person who plays sports at a high level to, just because you make it to professional sports, like, shut up about everything else and not be a human. Yes, sports take over so much of our lives, but, like, we are also people. And I think a lot of what it comes with being an athlete is that people stop seeing you as a person and they see you for your product and what you can give and the entertainment that you can provide.
That's another huge aspect of it,
And
yeah.
that's a really isolating, lonely feeling. It makes you feel like property, right? I know that I went through that a lot,
Yeah.
even in college, of like, I'm you guys are paying not paying, you're paying my tuition to attend here without me playing this sport and being a part of this team, and you guys give me the scholarship, I'd be going to community college real quick. So
Mm.
because of that, and me being afforded these opportunities like otherwise wouldn't have, I am indebted to this program,
Shut up and
this
dribble.
institution. Shut up and dribble, but like it you feel like property,
Mhm.
right? And then you have those feelings of property, but you're also like, damn, I'm more than my sport. Yes, this has
Mhm.
gotten me here, but
Mhm.
I am a fully evolved human outside of the sport. So I don't necessarily think it's fair to be like, we just
It's
want to see
not.
you dunk, and
Yeah.
like you can't be a human outside of that.
Yeah, no, I think you 100% should be able to. If you wanna be an activist, if you wanna
Right.
speak out on what you think is right, and if you wanna,
Yeah.
I don't think you should be persecuted for that, and I don't think.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, I agree with you,
Yeah.
and I think that's a
It's
really good
interesting.
point
Yeah. No, but I
of.
think you bring up a really good point too. Is that I get some people don't want to participate, which is fine, but at the same time, when you have a platform, I believe that when you have a platform and you're choosing to do this profession and perform for men, women, children of all ages, of all races, of all creeds, of all sexual orientations, of all whatever,
You have
because
a
this is entertainment, you
responsibility.
want people to feel like anyone can be supportive of you. You want to feel like anyone can do what you're doing. You want to like inspire people. And I understand, like, if you don't want to be waving the pride flag, okay, I guess. But
Yeah.
like, I also I don't think there's anything bad with supporting people. But that's just me being gay and not understanding. I mentally, logically can't understand why we don't just have a blanketed thing of like, I don't care what you do, just do you,
Mhm.
and I love you for it. I don't know why
Mhm.
that has to be such a controversy. Other people can disagree, and that's totally fine. But that's just how I feel. I don't care what you
Yeah,
do.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I don't care who you're laying with.
That's how I feel so often. I'm just like, don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care what
Live your
anyone.
life. Live it.
Truly does not make a difference to me.
That's what I'm doing. I'm living.
Did you see? Totally unrelated, but kind of related.
Yeah.
Do you watch Love Is Blind?
No, but I've seen the clips.
That was crazy.
I've
The guy
seen
says he thinks LGBTQ is a fad.
it's a fad.
You saw that?
Yeah.
And
she
she's
goes,
like
yeah,
agreeing.
totally. She's like, absolutely. He couldn't even finish saying it, and she said, absolutely, yes. Of course.
Wait. Somebody was eating this gay guy on the internet was eating him up.
Saw it today.
You saw it? He's
Saw
like,
it today.
sir, you are gay.
Yeah. Saw that.
You're gay. And then I literally just started last night with my friends.
Oh, you did.
I didn't bring this up to my friend. I usually like spoil because I'm the one who sees stuff on the internet. I usually spoil it to them, but I didn't bring it up. And one friend goes, "It's gay." And I started cracking up. I'm like, "Oh my god! Like I'm going to spoil this, but I was trying to be good.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy that she just like
That's what everyone's saying. And I'm not one to out someone, but that's crazy.
Hey.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Love Is Blind since the first season because I think it's so silly. But what I have been seeing that people are saying is that it's interesting that it seems like the producers this season aren't cutting out those conversations. Where in previous seasons, I'm sure they've talked about these things, but they've cut them out. But I don't know. Maybe they're feeling loose right now. What do you think?
I like that.
There's no way that question hasn't come up before.
I don't know. I don't know how they don't do their due diligence in the interview stages. Like they had to have known this person's this person's bigoted. Like I don't know. It didn't come up. Whatever. I don't know. But I like watching it because I think it's one of the only shows that and Married at First Sight that like it's not the most perfect candidates. Like they're not. They're like just very normal people, and I feel like it's good. It gives it's refreshing to like see people that just look like your average people on the TV, and I think it does a lot for like positivity, like body positivity, and just.
Do you think people are still genuine? Do you think it's?
I think it just all depends. The one I was watching last night, the one girl left. Literally, this guy walked into the room to propose to her, and he was like, "Hello, is anyone there?" She just dipped, didn't say bye to either of the people that she was talking to. No. What do you mean? No. They were still in the pod. But they had like such a great. I literally got done saying to my friends, "These are my favorite. I love them." They're
Wait,
like
why
they were
did she
both
leave?
like. So
wait, is this girl that has a boyfriend?
I don't. No. I don't think so. It was like the Asian couple. The one Asian couple. They both were just talking about their upbringing of immigrant parents, and like they just really like bonded on their upbringing and gave, I guess, context clues about being Asian. So they both kind of, without telling each other, they kind of like in a genuine way. Like it wasn't like they were fishing and like whatever. So it was just like a very genuine connection, whatever. But we looked it up afterwards and it was just like shit just got too real for her. She just realized that she was gonna have to just share way too much about her life. Your point about do I think it's genuine? I think that some people are genuine, some people are not. But I feel like that was in a way kind of genuine that she left and just was like, I can't do this. Obviously, I was kind of annoyed. What do you mean you signed up for this girl? Like, what do you mean? But I was just like, damn, she felt really guilty about her parents and stuff. They really like depended on her and they didn't understand why she was there and like whatever.
Wow.
But it just felt genuine that she was just like, wow, this is too much. Like, I don't actually want the world to just know this is just too much. Yeah. And she just left. And I don't know I think I would have said bye to the people first, but I don't know. I think that some people are genuine, some people are not.
I like that. And I think that's what's good about it. And maybe it seems like the background check for Love Is Blind is not as extensive as like Love Island or something.
I doubt it.
So we're in the proposal stage. What episode is this?
No, girl, the first episode somebody proposed. Like it's a little bit different. I feel like you're right when you're saying they do things different. First episode somebody proposed. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I don't even know these people. What do you mean? Like
what?
Yeah.
Okay. This is great. I love this like little headline episode.
Yeah, it was a cute little way to switch things up.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what's next for us?
What we have in store?
Yeah.
I think we have a bunch of exciting things coming up. You'll have to stay tuned.
Yes.
But I think we have some really fun things, some interesting topics, and shall I say people?
Oh, sure. Maybe possible special guests. Yeah, it's gonna be fun to keep playing around with our format of the pod and branch out and try new things and talk to people and we're really excited, so, definitely stay tuned to see what's next. Besides that,
Always stay safe.
stay safe, love you.
We love you. Bye. Until next time.
Bye.